There were no revs to be found. There were no struggle to gain footing. There was the instinctive realization that the vehicle we were driving had put more mechanical power at my fingertips than any other vehicle I'd ever driven. The vehicle in question was the 2022 Tesla Model S Plaid, and its performance was breathtaking. It makes no difference if you aren't a fan of electric vehicles. It doesn't matter if you don't like Elon Musk, a yoke-style steering wheel, or a shifter that's entirely digital. The Model S Plaid is roomy, serenely comfortable, and easy to drive. It accomplishes the three main pillars of traditional American luxury in this way. Without further ado, we'd like to welcome you to Tesla News, your new go-to channel for all things tech. Let's start this video. Obviously, it isn't perfect. Because it lacks unnecessary quirks, the Model S Plaid could be easier to drive, and with 1,020 horsepower on tap, it could certainly look more aggressive. But its advantages far outweigh its disadvantages, and until another American automaker responds, it is the ultimate American luxury car for sale right now. What exactly is Plaid? The Model S has been available for purchase since 2012, despite receiving multiple significant updates and one design facelift since then. Aside from the odd wild Tesla experiment like the Cybertruck or new Roadster, the Model S remains the sedan flagship these days. With the addition of a new trim level Plaid, it's even more at the top of the heap. Model S Plaid is the fastest production sedan on the market right now. It has a large battery pack of 100 kilowatt-hour, 3 motors to power all 4 wheels, and 1,020 horsepower. 60 miles an hour is reached in 1.99 seconds according to Tesla, and a quarter mile is completed in 9.23 seconds from a standing start according to Tesla. The Plaid doesn't have any wild accessories, so you'd think it'll look a little wilder. There's no aggressive BMW M-style body kit here. With a bulged-out body and a new bumper, it appears to be a regular Model S. To be honest, we wish it had gone a little further. If Porsche can put a turbo badge on an electric car, Tesla can take more design cues from traditional sports cars to give the most powerful Model S more personality. Making the hood bulge, even if they're subtle, adds some more aerodynamic frills to the car. For the love of God, this car does a quarter mile in under 9 seconds. It should make a more concerted effort to resemble that. The interior is also a little plain, but Tesla is known for its minimalist cabins, and the 17-inch touchscreen is better integrated into the dash here than in cars like the Model 3. However, we prefer the European competitors, with the Porsche Taycan being the most obvious example. The Porsche has a floating curved instrument cluster and separate display just for the passenger, and they all work together nicely within finely upholstered borders, whereas the Tesla has a new flat, square displays. Sure, the Tesla has a lot of gimmicks and real wood chunks all over the place, but we believe it's minimalism at the expense of functionality. Many of Tesla's interior quirks could be argued to be cost-cutting measures masquerading as innovation. Instead of manufacturing and installing physical buttons, it's cheaper to remove visible HVAC vents and install a screen. The new American luxury on the move, the Cadillac Eldorado, Lincoln Continental, and upper-end Chryslers, for example, were all stalwart symbols of American luxury. They were all easy to drive, had spacious interiors, and were opulently comfortable. They were imposing and commanding, plush and powerful. I'd now include the Tesla Model S Plaid among them based on these criteria. The Tesla is a large car with a wheelbase slightly longer than the Mercedes E-Class, but only on the inside. Because there's no conventional drivetrain, there is plenty of room for passengers, particularly in the back seats. Because it's electric, it has a serenely quiet cabin and a worry-free driving experience that's superior to any vehicle with a traditional combustion-powered drivetrain. There were no gear changes to break up the acceleration, and thanks to adjustable levels of regenerative braking, we barely touched the brake pedal at all. Forget about automatic transmissions and driving with 2 pedals. 1 pedal is even more convenient, and convenience is a luxury. The Model S cornered and rode superbly, and the power was plentiful whenever you needed it. Even the steering was well done. A little heavy at first, but it sprung back nicely and effectively communicated the road surface and tire grip. Because most of the Model S's weight is concentrated on the floor, it has a low center of gravity, making it relatively agile on corner exits and capable of maintaining a tight line through a fast sweeping bend. Changes in direction were also handled well, and the car's size was never overshadowed thanks to good visibility. It drives like a larger sports sedan should, flattened corners and assured throughout every phase of a spirited drive, especially when accelerating. Functional, whether it was an autopilot or not, the car surprised me. Sure, it was extreme, but it was also simple and convenient. The phrase 1000 HP electric living room on wheels came to mind, and if someone asks you if such a thing existed, you'd only be able to give one country as an answer, Contrary to popular belief, the $131,190 starting price of the Model S Plaid raises some eyebrows, but in exchange, you'll get something that has almost no direct competitors. The 750 HP Porsche Taycan Turbo S, one of the few EVs with comparable performance, starts at $186,350. Before any of Porsche's infamously numerous and expensive options are considered, that's a difference of more than $50,000. The most expensive Plaid, on the other hand, will set you back $150,190 with one option: contentious Tesla's full self-driving suite, accounting for the majority of the $10,000 premium. However, when it comes to rivals, this car has few, if any. Sure, they're gasoline-powered supercars, but they're apples to oranges when compared to the Tesla for a variety of reasons. Although it's classified as a sports sedan, its straight-line speed is not comparable to that of gasoline-powered competitors such as the BMW M5, Mercedes-AMG E63S, or Cadillac CT5V Blackwing. The Taycan Turbo S comes close, but it's no match for the Porsche 911 Turbo S. The Model S Plaid, yoke and all, is currently in a class of its own. Putting the puzzle pieces together, it almost wouldn't be a Tesla without some controversy at this point. Immediately following the Model S Plaid's unveiling, questions arose about whether a 1,000 HP car capable of a quarter-mile time of 9.2 seconds was best brought to market with half a steering wheel, or if such a steering apparatus made sense in any situation. Only time will truly answer those questions, but the dots started to connect in the few hours we spent with the car. The Tesla had flaws, and I'm sure there were improvements we could make, but that's almost beside the point. Despite the minimalist interior, there was something about driving this thing that was just easy and simple, and it's amounted to being luxurious as a result. This we realized was the closest thing I'd ever driven to the ideal premium American car. New internal combustion vehicle sales may be in shambles around the world, but the ones we already own will not vanish in our lifetimes. As a result, cars like the Model S Plaid can coexist with what's already there, as if they're a new chapter. Big, soft, powerful, and easy to drive were the hallmarks of classic American luxury cars. This overarching philosophy was to make travel as simple and comfortable as possible. Air conditioning as well as V8 engines that required fewer manual gear changes and then automatic transmissions that required none at all first appeared in American luxury cars. When the original Hydra-Matic debuted in 1952, Rolls-Royce was forced to license production from GM, a sign of how low-effort driving was and still is a well-organized sign of luxury. The Model S understands this fundamentally and embodies the next iteration of those features. One-pedal driving has replaced two-pedal driving. Electric motors and flat floors both provide more space and comfort. When power is needed, a gentle electric whir replaces the soft, distant rumble of a V8 in cars like Cadillac's venerable Escalade. When that power is needed, it's delivered in huge quantities. What could be more American than unbridled excess? Without a doubt, other electric vehicles will emerge in the future that are more carefully designed, finely tuned, and superior in a variety of ways. That's how progress and technology move forward. But we won't soon forget how stunning, ridiculous, and difficult to overlook the Tesla Model S Plaid is. We shouldn't do it. The new era of American luxury has arrived, and it's electrifying. And that's all for today. If you're interested in the top 10 features the Tesla Model 3 has you didn't know about, click on the video on your left. If you're interested in the Tesla new restaurant finally revealed, then check out the video on your right. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe.